Can 1-0 ruin the winner bracket final for Happy and actually defeat him? It is down to a T. The first encounter on this patch. The first encounter with the weakened ghouls. And if you know this matchup a little bit, you know that this should be in favor of 1-0. Because in the past 4 or 5 years, it's always been the case. Happy plays ghouls, 1-0 plays fiends, and then we battle at the beginning of tier 3. We do have a Lich Ghoul opener as we start on Twisted Meadows. I might need some feedback on the sound because for me it's extremely quiet and I don't know why. I do see that Angeline is lagging, which is not that great. There we go. We start with creeping and Angeline is lagging again. Will we get the ... Is the first big question of the game. Not just yet. Alrighty. Very conservative opening by both players, I'd say. Happy creeping the null overseer. Oh. There's a dot by 1-0 and Happy pauses the game. Leave, question mark, ... And together we have the ... The two undeads in unison. Nikala. Oh, Angeline might be lagging so hard he doesn't even read it. There we go. Okay, little interruption. Sometimes, to be fair with the observers, sometimes you don't see that you lag. So, usually... Okay, whatever is going on with the observers shall not be our problem. Happy is trying to do some evasion creeping. I really like this. Oh, it's actually not evasion creeping. Some more creeping for that fast level 2. 1-0 is coming in with a different approach because usually he's right in Happy's face with right clicks, steal, coil steal attempts, and then especially with the first fiend. But that fiend isn't here just yet. Actually, it's parked in the main. That is something I haven't seen before.
A player's forces are
Fly has left the game as well. Oh, that's why you are here. On the premium product that is back to Warcraft, and I will then lag throughout the fight. Lich is putting on pressure on that DK, and there's very little healing at the moment. Of course, an interrupted early game. Hopefully that didn't ruin the rhythm of both of the players. And Happy is creeping quite a bit. 2.5 first level 2. 1-0 with a different approach to the early game. I can't really see the upside right now of not delaying the Lich. I mean, you can't creep faster than the Lich does. Because you don't have Nova, you don't have this Mass Ghoul, you just in general have less damage. But usually 1-0 did a good job in slowing Happy down. So far, I don't really see signs of that. Ghoul's Happy, again, best Ghoul micro on the planet in the history of this world. To go for as many superlatives as possible. Great rotations, no losses here. 1-0 plays it very defensively and is not really getting that much done. He's trying maybe to get vision via Fiend and Skeleton and then finish the Null Overseer with the coil, but Happy respects that. Oh, sick dribble.
A player's forces are under attack.
It is like the hero and army composition is the same as it's been in the past 3 years. The way they're playing this, though, is really odd. The movement by 1-0 especially is really odd. The Lich was in the base. The DK took a lot of damage. No Ritual Dagger here. The big advantage for 1-0, usually, tech speed. But if I compare both progresses, nicely played by Happy. If I compare both progresses, what do we got here? 10 seconds. 10 seconds advantage. That's not much. Currently, 120 doesn't hold any of the usual advantages that he has, and maybe Happy has structured his Undead mirror a bit better. Maybe it's a map-dependent thing. And now we got a Lich on 120's side as well, and the counter pressure is here. Obviously, his Nova is weaker than Happy's Nova. But still, should be able to secure the kill if he's patiently playing around it. You should know the cooldowns, of course. Happy is also tracing back, supporting his DK a little bit with creeping. And Casino Warcraft is there for you. Once again, I need to know from you, is the sound all right? Is it loud enough? Give me some feedback in case it needs to be improved a little. For 120, level 3 DK, number 1 priority. Should be fine. Getting the tier 3 ready here. Rope of the Magi. Nice. Good, good, good. Fine. Thank you. First statue has arrived. And if there's something different between the players in the late game, is statue usage. I feel like this is incredibly noticeable when you watch games via the Chinese overlay and not too much our overlay because we don't have the stats. But the mana return from 120 stat use is always higher than Happy's. And maybe that will give him the edge here. Ring of the Archmagi for more stats. For Happy, Boots of Kel'Thalas might be nice for the Dark Ranger. Third heroes are actually a bit of a question, especially on the 120 side. Sometimes, if you feel cheeky, it's a Naga. Most often, it's a Dark Ranger. Sometimes, it's even a Crypt Lord. So, this is not set in stone. There's an Acolyte here. There's an Acolyte here. Wow! Tier 3 Expo this fast! Prior to the Dark Ranger. Prior to a third hero. This is incredibly hard to read for Happy, I feel. He never did this before. Maybe he checks now. Okay, you're not at the tavern. This is the timing. What are you doing? But no. Wow. We will have a big power spike for 120, and it's always been that way. If you're a frequent viewer, you know this already. The beginning of tier 3 is 120 territory. He got Fiends already. That is the late game army. Happy still has Ghouls. On paper, Ghouls destroy Fiends obviously in open battle, but 120 has the best Fiend control on the planet and trying to keep the distance. You can slow down Ghouls and destroy them with Nova, and the other destroyer then, of course, with Orb of Annihilation, with more AoE, destroys Ghouls as well. So Happy in the first fight will lose the Ghouls that are in the fight. That's 3 to 4. And that's almost 10 supply. 6, 8, 10, depending on how much he's pulling for that sad fight. And 120 ideally is not losing Fiends. If everything goes well. But we have a creeping game here. Both get the Orb of Darkness, which is very good skeletons. It was changed recently. Thank you, Richard, for the feedback on YouTube as well. That got changed recently. You don't get level 1 skeletons anymore, but level 2 skeletons. So actually, at the moment, it's actually more effective to disable the Black Arrow of the Dark Ranger and use the Orb. Could actually give the Orb to Dark Ranger and go Life Drain. Happy with the creep check. Has no TP, but a big mana potion. Is that the moment to fight already? 120's expansion is up, and now Scouted. The Fiend reinforcement is being caught, but the coil is there to the rescue. Destroyer in with the Dispel, and 120 trying to buy time here. Not as explosive as his fights usually are, because Happy is keeping the Ghouls back. I think that's a rather new development, not sending them into the front line, but the front line are, interestingly, the heroes and the Fiends. He's waiting for the moment to commit them, because he knows it's a sacrifice. 50 food on both sides. 120, of course, can easily replenish losses with that Expo now. Both DKs far forward. Different focus fire here. One goes to the Fiend. 6 saved by 1-0. And Happy's Destroyer goes down. Huge loss. Fiend falling now. The coil saves the Fiend at like 10 HP. Now he's satisfied with it. Ghouls. The coil misses. 2 Fiends down for 1-0. Destroyer and Ghoul loss for Happy. I think this is still a net win for the Necromancer, as of course he has that expo down. And now the pressure is on Happy. What do you do against that cheeky second base? There was a statue going down? Was it? Didn't actually see what happened. Oh, wasn't part of the TP. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. I was looking at the mini-map and the chat right now. Thanks, chat. Glad to have you by my side. XP, slightly in favor of 1-0, but that will change. We're going to get to 4-4 heroes, and instead of attacking, Happy is going for the counter expansion. I am very sure Happy did scout it. I think there was a blue dot in the middle of the fight. He should have seen it, I think. Down to a T. Happy is not an upkeep yet, 1-0 is. We get a lot of upgrades. Interesting to see that 1-0 stays on 2 production buildings with that second base. You could opt for like 2 more, I guess. Dark Rangers are monsters. Liches are monsters. Both parties. Very well equipped. It might come down to consumables. And there I think Happy still has the upper hand, especially with the big mana potion on the DK. 1-0 definitely leads to level 4. Interesting to see that both have the Orb of Darkness on the DK, so the DK can attack destroyers. And we have another fight, but it's a creep jack. This is level 4 for 1-0, which is huge because it's way more mana. Thanks to the level up of Dark Ritual. 2 destroyers up still. 64 food for 1-0. Is this fight everything he wants? Silence on the DK. Still a little bit of healing. Destroyer falls immediately. Can he get the revenge kill? So far, I'd say slightly better for Happy, but the pendulum is shifting. Lots of units falling. Fiend as well. More reinforcements trickling in. Not too easy to get a good position with them as they're coming right into Happy's army here. 2 Fiends about to fall. Destroyer falling as well. Next statue wants to be in the back of the army. Nova hits hard on both sides, actually. The denies during the fight are extraordinary. Supply gap stays intact, though. Lots and lots of kills continue. The skeletons are coming in from the left-hand side. Happy didn't see that coming. A new Fiend falling. And 1-0's macro during the fight is impeccable. Both players, actually. Might come down to a hero kill. Next Fiend down. Lich in trouble. Info potion next to the skeleton. Super close affair. And now we play Hero Arena. Whoever loses the heroes first is probably gonna die. And 1-0, if he's not making a mistake, seems to have the upper hand. Another Fiend. The statue still up in this fight right now is a godsend. Having healing, having mana regen, but Happy keeps up with that. 1-0, maybe one Nova away from dying, but both are. TP here, chasing, Lich, shot. Oh my god! The Fiend forces an info potion. The heroes are still here. What a wacky situation. He ran away. He wants this DK so bad, even making sure there's a Nova. So the ring doesn't work. Can he buy time for the Lich? Last chance for Happy. Info potion here coming in with the statue block. Nova to slow him down. Any chance to go to the shop. The DK is coming. No, kills the Lich as well. Oh my god. Crazy start to this best of 5 series. Happy almost looked out. Can he get the Lich back from the tavern maybe? Both have an expo. Both are rich. Lots of resources to work with. Oh, he can. Lich is back. DK as well. That puts 1-0 in a bit of trouble because that DK is rather low. Statue about to fall here as well. 10 food lead stays intact. Wild brawl between 2 amazing undead players. But 1-0 holds the lead, and that was the fight with the big mana potion. Okay. This is the standard we're setting for this series in game 1 of the best of 5. Let's go! We got Warcraft 3 festivities here. One to 0 should have scouted the expo by now. Love the parry-apps actually on 1-0. I am not sure if he bought them or if he found them. Lots more fiends for 1-0 now. This will be tough for Happy. Statue also empty. Must be morphed. Mana is looking okay. A little better for Happy actually. The DK mana is a problem. We have a heal scroll, we have an invuln. No heal scroll on Happy, but the mana potion. Next fight, upgrades. 2-1 on 1-0, 2-1 on Happy. Very similar. Close to level 5 Lich on both sides. Close to level 5 DK. 1-0 has the lead here. A bigger area of effect of silence, but for the Dark Ranger that shouldn't make a big difference to be fair. Happy is getting reinforcements way, way, way quicker now. And he can't even go up to 80. Well, I guess that fight will throw him down to 50, 60 food anyway. Fiends first on the menu. Entry kill goes to Happy. Dark Ranger level 4 now as well. Priority of 1-0 clearly on the Destroyer. Takes it out. Can he save his own? Looking like it. He can afford these Fiend losses as long as there's a little bit of web. This is fine. 20 food lead. 4-1-0. The early expo does pay off. We have level 5 on 3 sides, actually. DK, Lich, both got there. And these Novas, they hit so hard. No potion on the DK. No invuln, no healing. Lich on the menu, gets a coil, is on cooldown now. Big focus on Lich and Dark Ranger, actually, as the DK is far away. Looks like a desperate Nova here, to be fair. Last second coil. But Happy is running out of options here. He needs a big move. He needs a big kill. But I think the only kill will go towards his DK. He's trying desperately. But sometimes the best is just not enough. Info potion on both sides in unison, actually. 1-0 has a few issues here. To be honest, when it comes to the heroes, he needs the kill as well. Happy's Dark Ranger falls. Look at the hero HP, man. Everything was in red and orange. The question was just who gets the first hero kill? And it was 1-0. What it comes down to. Who has the better start? Will Happy get level 2 quickly for Death Pact? Will 1-0 be able to prevent that? His hero is a little faster because he starts with Alta and a Ziggurat, while Happy builds his crypt a little faster. And 1-0, once again, creeping. Instead of harassing Happy, Happy is harassing 1-0. So this is the first adjustment already. We find slippers. We got 1/3 of a level. But yeah, there's a Nova coming. It's... Oh, if there's a block, 1-0 is in trouble. So a lot more aggression towards the DK early. No creeping on Happy's side feels almost questionable. We've seen this before in the series where Happy lost to Labyrinth during Super League group stage. We all know the grand final was a bit different, but Happy was so aggressive because he knows that Labby was expanding. And then he lost the level war. So I wonder what he's fearing, or if he just wants to have ultimate map control, cut the map in half. Well, not in half, in like 60-40. And if you cut the map in half 60-40, then that means that the unique spots in the middle belong to you, including control over the marketplace, where you can grab a lot of items, and the consumable. Oh, it feels like Ogre Magi's are currently everybody's favorite creep spot. Orcs like to creep them with Windwalk Blade Master. Night Elves love to creep them with Mana Burn. And Undeads can nuke everything anyways. And Happy is of the opinion that stealing XP from 1-0 side is the way to go. He's catching slow here. Whoa, that Fiend is greedy. Might result, is resulting in a ghoul kill. At least it was a sacrifice, but if we have even levels on DK and Lich in the early game, to me personally, that's a win for 1-0. Look at that Fiend Microman. It's just extraordinary. Shot, step, shot, step, shot, step. Always. Nobody has ever been this effective with like one single Fiend. Extremely efficient early game for 1-0, I feel. And Happy lost a lot of HP here. Ideally, you want to cancel the regeneration, of course, but that doesn't work that way. Tech timings. 4 seconds only. Happy is definitely changing his tech timings. We have to observe that a little more closely in the following games. But we had games where Happy was like 20 seconds behind, where 1-0 had Destroyer upgrade ready and Happy had not. And that's then his timing. Ooh, coil steal. Alright, almost. Like, it was attempted. It wasn't successful. This time, Lich equipment is not that great, is it? A little gift for the Dark Ranger later. A bit of armor is always appreciated against the Orb of Corruption focus later. But no damage. Wait, is Happy actually ahead in tech? No, we keep the 4 seconds. 1-0 instead. Ich Trottel! 10 gifted subs! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go. That is super awesome, mate. Happy weekend. Thank you. And I see Philly in the chat. What's up, my dude? I hope life treats you well, buddy. I think this early game is a win for 1-0. Pretty clear. He's gonna get the first statue out so much faster. And we changed the tempo. Happy is not level 3 at the 7-minute mark. Does this pay off? Again, I recognize the pattern from the series against Labyrinth. The lower levels might bite him. But again, very different approach to the creep route. Rogue of the Magi again. Lich of 1-0 is aiming for some good damage. He will be a late game machine. Lich level 3 now, same as the DK. We got a level advantage on the second hero though. Plus, on tier 3, and this is... Oh, Creepjack! Nasty opportunity for 1-0 here with Lich alone as of now. The Murlocs are still up. Might spread some poison. This one goes to the Lich, needs some support. Happy getting the heal wards. Fantastic, as Nova and Coil can't kill the wards anymore. They're now magic immune. Yeah, it's an entire level, guys. Dark Ranger by Happy coming from the right-hand side. Black Arrow first, Happy with Silence first. Ooh, I was about to say, if you silence the DK here, is there a nuke possible on the Lich? But probably not. Last hit goes to 1-0. There was a coil invested. So many skeletons. That's 6 skeletons in the fight. 1-0 has a 10-food lead. 1-0 has a big level lead. And he got all the skeletons here. Happy waking up the creeps. That's a bit uncomfortable. Are you that comfortable that you fight in the Undead base? The Dispel was kind of nice here. Destroyer almost getting a full mana statue. Happy against the ropes. No unholy aura. His entire army is slower, makes it harder and harder to fight. Yeah, overconfidence is not something you want to have versus Happy. Now we got the Frenzy. Now we got Destroyers. Is it too late, though? He wakes up the creeps, gets a miss. There it is.
A player's forces are
Close
under
to
attack.
level 3. If he gets Nova 2 in this fight, Happy has no chance. Should have no chance. Sweet. Silence, but 1-0 with the deny. So Happy can't level. He doesn't even need an XP lead. An economy lead. The XP lead this time is enough. And that is the guaranteed level 3 for 1-0. Keeps Happy contained in his base. Like the cave dweller we all are. And the second item too. More HP on the DK, which I think benefits 1-0 more than most Undeads because his DK is always far forward. And now we play shop control. He has a lot of gold. That's the Invo potion. It's a phenomenal 1-0 game. The first fight needs to be a home run for Happy. But in this situation with Ghoul Frenzy against Destroyers and a level 2 Nova,
Forces are under attack.
I don't see any bright future for the Ghoul. Like at all. Big mana potion for 1-0 too. There has been a little bit of a development to sell big mana potions. But I think this is not the game to sell a big mana potion. This is the classic Happy red spot where he got punished for what's the target. Onto Acolytes we go. Getting a little bit of a economy lead here while also focusing on the Tome of Relics. I mentioned this in the cast throughout the week actually, how this is an Undead Achilles heel. Weird situation. Nova on the DK pretty much right away, but there was a potion. Endurance aura for Happy is not half bad. 1-0 has to clean up the situation a little bit. Lich, Dark Ranger! The Nova is insane! We got a lot of Destroyers in Happy's arsenal, but maybe not enough. The first one is down. There's more weapon. Who has to clean up what now? It looks like 1-2-0 dominance. Level 4. He makes it look so easy. Tidehunter's early aggression backfires. The Nova doesn't even lead to a kill. The coil is there. And he can't go potions now. He can't go Rod of Necromancy now. He can't build new statues now. And it seems like this is just the victory lap for 1-0. Desperate attempt to throw the ghouls into the brink, but it's 2-0 for 1-0. Oh my god, what a spectacular failure this early game aggression was. And 1-0 plays just beautifully. And yes, it is creeping now. And that should be the better answer. Get a Lich advantage early. Ideally, force a level 3 Lich versus level 2 DK situation. And then play into that moment. DK is here. Lich gets the kill. That's how it's supposed to be. Here on this map, 1-0. He's coiling a ghoul even.
A player's forces are under attack.
No chance for a last hit really, but it's about time. 1-2.
Dead.
Who cares? This is not about stealing XP, because of course Coil is a traveling spell and Lich is instant. So on the level of their execution, 1-0 shouldn't be able to get a steal, even though he did this series.
Town is under siege.
But it's about slowing this down. And since the Lich is not level 2, I think this is already Once again, a little bit of a success for 1-0. It's very annoying, actually. Sending in the skeletons. Chip, 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 chip. Happy has the multitasking, of course, to deal with that. He was a little bit unlucky with this Lich in the last game. So getting some damage here is sweet. Now, it's time for the first Fiend of 1-2-0. This is oftentimes a can opener. It's an extremifier. As the Harass was good with DK alone, the Fiend will open some more moments here. As we've seen on Tidehunters with that sick Fiend micro. But actually, he's pulling back. Not too interested in fighting right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
And so the creeping continues. Waiting in the wings here. Lich is level 2.3. Not a single point of XP currently. And Happy is maneuvering across. Does he feel like he has that necessary advantage already? I do respect Happy for changing up creep timings. Oh, if he steals this one.
A player's forces are
That's a
under attack.
nice touch. Sea turtles are easy to creep always with normal damage. It's Happy's best game so far. By far. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. 1-0 for once. Doesn't have his eyes on the map. Fully focused on this. And Happy also steals the Berserker. I feel Happy is finally online. Level 3 versus level 1 is absurd. I feel Happy finally found the moment. Yep. This is exactly what you want to force. The situation you want to force.
A player's forces are
Ghouls
under
did a hell of a job. Lich got the necessary clicks. And 1-2-0's first and also second Fiend didn't lead to anything. Happy is playing pretty much exactly as I suggested. I'm a bit proud, to be fair. Nicely waking up the creep, so the Ogre already has enough fire and bloodlust and is harder to kill. Super cool. Okay, this is Happy 100%. Still, not saying this is a foregone conclusion, because now we do have that tech advantage that 1-2-0 usually has. He has a lot to catch up. Especially level-wise. If you annihilate all the ghouls, you are catching up in levels a bit.
a player's forces are under attack.
And as much as we praised... Wow. Oh, Happy got all the steals here. That's an incredible Lich play. It's outstanding Lich play. I was about to say, as much as we praised the Fiend control of 1-2-0 in Game 2, you gotta give respect to Happy's Lich in Game 3. And seeing this Lich makes you wonder, like, why are you so stubborn and aren't playing it against human? He's so good sometimes, man.
A player's forces are under attack.
And is switching into Fiends already while creeping the DK while he sleeps and bounce ahead. That's the perfect example of keeping the same heroes, same units, same general tactic, but switching the game plan entirely. And it's a different game. It's the same unit compositions. It's a completely different game. If Happy steals this, I think we can go next. We got a Dark Ranger with silence once again. Phenomenal position for Happy. Moves forward with the Lich, gets immediately punished. Silence and TP force. That is the Ogre Lord for Happy. A clinic of a game. Unholy Aura is a bit of an unfortunate reward because he has that already, but he can pawn it in. Now, Frenzy push coming. Happy is only one statue, still waiting for destroyers. 120's strongest moment has yet to come, to be fair. There was no strong moment on this map whatsoever. And he's 1-1. These coils aren't strong enough. These Novas aren't strong enough. The destroyer morph is neat. He's just annihilating him. Holy moly, never anger the Emperor. This is, let's be honest, this is very close to a perfect game for Happy. Invo potion as well for these fights. Yeah. He's in this series now. Not too many people on this blue earth can 3-0 Happy. And certainly not 1-0 today. Happy got his juice box. Happy got his sandwich. Happy got his Mars bar after Halloween. Got it all. This is an absurd XP lead. Happy is ahead 1,200 XP. He has 5 times the XP that 120 has. Where does 120 see the win condition? He's also expanding on the back of this.
A player's forces are under attack.
You know it's bad when the third hero has more XP than your first hero? Yep. Hey, we got rune braces, but Happy is tired of this shenanigans. He knows the outcome. We know the outcome. It's just a question of what 120 estimates the crucial damage. The momentum has completely shifted. Within the span of 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Too. Yeah, Happy doesn't need more. But also, I like the patience. Why force an issue into a fighting position where 120 would have an advantage? Don't give him any advantage.
Players' forces are under
Can you
attack.
force a mistake against Happy? That's rough. 4-3-3 against 2-2-2. And the big mana potion, and the flute, and the heal scroll, and the invo potion, and the expo is up. Yeah, this is a foregone conclusion, guys. Happy is gonna eat him alive. There is an argument to be made that 120 may have spent less time in upkeep.
A player's forces are under
I
attack.
feel like there is a philosophy switch in Happy's ghoul play in late game. He plays them way more carefully. Rune Bracer's kind of sweet too. Oh, army a bit separate here. Creeps are getting involved as well with slow. It's not great. Next up, the fight. And this not gonna be so exciting as the previous ones were. The coil is missing too. Everything goes wrong for 120. He had a Herculean task ahead of him, and he is not able to follow up with that task. A 20 food lead, more or less. Destroyers are falling. Hail Mary on the Lich, but of course Happy is too careful. And that's the DK falling as well. Clinic, very, very, very close to a perfect game. I have nothing to criticize here. If you go through this with a comb, maybe you find something. But this was amazing creeping in the beginning. Amazing change of tempo in the early mid game, where he put the pressure on 1-0 when he had that Lich advantage. And from there on out, there was no recovery for 1-0 anymore. Nobody 3-0's happy in B Cup. Oh, wow, look at this. Look who's switching it up. It's a Crypt Lord, everybody. He can go for surrounds. He got a lot of summons. He got a lot of surround potential. And 1-0 has to play this a little more careful than you should. But what this also means is good scout by 1-0. Important scout by 1-0. That 1-0 is on pressure now. He needs to delay this expansion as much as possible. He's a very good Ted Fiend player, and Ted Fiend has... Oh, the coil misses! Ted Fiend has its origins in anti-expansion play. First human. He's pulling 2 ghouls, though. This is 1-0 Fiends with 4 ghouls into tech. This should be very, very fast. No Fiends. That means earlier pressure. Crypt Lord already at 50%, and good counter surrounds here as well. All the beetles, all the skeletons can't get an encirclement done. And there's still creeps. This Taskmaster is causing quite some trouble. 1-0 is causing quite some trouble. The Ziggurat is dead. Frostmourne hungers. And 1-0 is playing the counter beautifully. As if he expected this. Oh, Happy, this is sink or swim right now for you. You gotta clean this up. It's not easy when the Taskmaster is bashing you. I think you can give up on this expansion here, to be honest. 1-0 is teching already, done 1/3. We have no run of Necromancy anymore, so that helps a little bit. But Happy is playing behind from here on out. 1-0 serves for the match, and he opens up the set with an ace.
A player's forces are under attack.
He has a staff against the surround as well. I like that forecast. Every bit of damage on that Crypt Lord is so hard to deal with. Coil saves. Now, 2 Ziggurats at the same time. One should go through. Ghoul save. Also, we praise 1-0's Fiend Micro, but obviously this goes with Ghoul as well. Bit of damage here. Impale. Surround on the DK. He saw that coming. And gets out. That needs a lot of healing now. The Taskmaster is still not done. We cancel one of the Ziggurats. It was basically an investment and now can go Haunted. 1-0 is on tier 2. What do you do as the Crypt Lord player when your opponent is just rushing for destroyers? Classic. 5 HP save.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, huge tech lead for 1-0. Happy is far, far, far behind. He will need 2.5 more minutes till he gets anti-air, maybe? But it's Happy we're talking about. He's been in worse positions.
Player's forces are under attack.
And still won. He's getting level 3 now. He got an amazing Lich inventory already, and Crypt Lord hitting hard as well. Beetles, up until there's a lot of Dispel, can be very strong against 1-0's Fiends. This looks... Ooh, wait a minute. Dark Ranger second with Black Arrow. A classic anti-Headhunter play. Sometimes also anti-Dreadlord expansion play. 1-0 sold the stab. More pressure, 1-2-0. Can he turn all these ghouls into skeletons already? Happy is trying to elevate some pressure. Would love to see another ghoul run by, but 1-2-0 needs the lumber for the tech yesterday. I feel like he's missing out a little bit on time here. Happy is catching up in tech, to be fair. And the Dark Ranger impact, not too noticeable just yet, because the beetles are up front, rarely the ghouls. Happy has a lot. Dark Ranger. Surrounded. Is 1-2-0 letting go of this series? We go straight for the Crippy, actually. He has no TP, but the DK can also not reach. The Fiend shots do, but it's not enough. Dark Ranger has another coil. Any chance to fight her out? Oh, if only she had life drain here. But then, of course, oh, more Fiend shots. Maybe he wanted to switch the target a little late. Maybe that reaction. That was expensive for 1-2-0, and to be fair, I'm not sure if that did too much. Follow up. No coil. He is playing with fire. Heal scroll by Happy. DK forward. Frostborn wants to secure the kill. But the beetles are nibbling away the Dark Ranger. Oh my god. DK. Crypt Lord. He has a town portal. Invo potion on the other side. 1-2-0 is losing almost this goal. Saves it for now. Oh my god, what a game. And oh my god, what great support. Ari, you lovely, a bit weird, but lovely soul. Oh man, 5, 10, 20 gift subs already today. Ari is with us since before Reforged. What a legend. We're tuning in at a great time. I feel like 1-2-0... I mean, he still has his destroyer push, right? But the destroyer push is delayed already. There's no spirit towers up. There's no spirit towers up here. Happy high focus on tech, of course. Catching up. 1-2-0 wanted to close out the game here, but Happy had the right response. Retreating with the Crypt Lord pretty much immediately. And then there was barely any damage anymore. And the expansion is ticking. Tick-tock. 1-2-0 might have one last push in him. And Happy is creeping up that storm. We gotta mention, Impale versus Fiends is goated. Good check opportunity, actually. There is no Lich yet, so hard to control the beetle. Doesn't really care. Rest of the army is coming in. Impale! Oh, secures the kill! Oh my god, Happy's timing, man. Out of this world. You really want the Black Arrow 2 against the ghouls. Destroy upgrade 60%. Lich is coming in with an orb very soon. This did prevent level 3. 1-2-0 needs another spot after this one. He's sending the Dark Ranger away. Interesting. Happy as a scout here. Scout's there. Continues to creep his DK. 4.3, another claw. Destro, upgrade, ready. Lich is trailing behind a little bit. This push has to seal the deal. And do extreme damage. Happy caught up in tech. He needs upgrades, of course. We don't have web. But the towers are just finished at the perfect time. The towers finish at the perfect time. I think Happy got this. He weathered the storm. Extremely difficult situation for 1-2-0. Not without chances, but no heal scroll, no mana pot, one big heal. All right. Even the Fiend is getting killed here. 1-2-0 is getting slippy hands. What the hell happened between game 2 and game 3? It's a different world we're living in. And he buys the potion at the last second before the shop dies. Are the floodgates open now? For Nova Black Arrow. DK brings a mana potion for more Impale or more coils. Having no level 3 on the Dark Ranger. Getting the Destroyer webbed here. Things are not going in 120's direction, guys. Not at all. When you're on one base and you get your carry unit sniped that way, that's almost lights out. Happy is establishing supply lead. And this lich is a freaking beast right off the gate. Look at this lich. Boom. There's more. Boom, 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 boom. Plus 21. Plus 21. 120 resorts to a red spot. He needs that level 3. Level 2. Lightning shield. Impale. Wacky situation. We got more movement speed on 120. Side destroyer morph once again. He wanted that black arrow level 2. That's his last chance. The walls are closing in on 120. Happy might force game 5 here. There's no place to run. No place to hide. TP is gone. The lightning shield is doing magnificent damage. And Happy just has the mass. Potion must be necessary here. But the Lich is melting the hero focus for 120. Doesn't land. No. He used the potion before. That's it. That's gotta be it. The DK is gone. The DK falls on the other side as well. But you trade a level 3 hero against a level 1 hero any day of the week. And this is why Happy is one of the most legendary players this game has ever seen. Being squashed 2 maps in a row, but having the mental fortitude of thinking, I'm fine. I'm good. I can defeat you 3 times in a row, and I'm not even breaking a sweat. Can we have Coil last hits? I feel like that's necessary. If you prevent level 2 here, that's great. And he got it. First exclamation mark 120. For him, super important to find his mojo again. A mojo that was somewhat lost on map 3 on Concealed Hill, where he got stomped by Happy on match points. So far, this doesn't seem as successful as the game prior. Skeleton, 1 skeleton is chasing. It's about the Kobold here now. We have Impale, by the way. No beetles. Impale first. He treats 120 like a human. Oh my god! 120 from downtown. Chinese Steph Curry with the coil. Ooh, Happy tried to play around it. It was actually the DK to get the kill. Instead of Happy being level 2, it's the DK level 2. And now things get easier. With Unholy Aura, you can keep your distance. It's no beetles. It was a gamble by Happy to go for that Impale to secure the kill. And he didn't secure the kills. And when I said it's not as bad as it was in the previous game, oh my god, it's bad now. Sometimes one click. We haven't seen a single Impale. 120 keeps his distance. Now we got beetles. But we get the Tele Staff. Again, we sell the TP. Makes sense because the Dark Ranger pressure will arrive here. Tower up. Expo not started. Dark Ranger will arrive soon. We are on this level where we deny skeletons. So your opponent better not get the 12 XP.
A player's forces are under
Fall back, build fiends, get Dark Ranger, go. Seems like 120 is one. This was a no ghoul harass, by the way. So Lumber of 120 is fine. It's still a little low, but he can go for Dark Ranger into Slaughterhouse. He got the next Ziggurat already. So he will spend more time on tier 2 with an extra fiend, with the statues, and then go tier 3. So that is more pressure on tier 2, traded for a later tier 3. And he's playing it a bit more careful as well. No TP this time. 120 cannot allow himself to get trapped here. And the ghouls are catching up. Is this really necessary? Oh, Fiends in the Pickle. Count is surrounded by 120. Oh my god. Can he get her out there? Can he get it out? Not really. Okay. Happy gets the first round. That's 215 gold gone. No deny possible. Fiend traded for 1 ghoul. Impale again. Happy's exploding. And Happy finds his first grasp in this game. These Fiend losses, I really don't know why you are so greedy for this 1 creep spot. That seemed so unnecessary. Happy gets kill after kill after kill. That is 10 supply wiped out. A disaster of a mid game for 120. Stunned.
A player's forces are under attack.
Legit stunned. And there's still so many ghouls. And there's no damage output. The Dark Ranger alone won't carry this game. It's the synergy of Dark Ranger and Fiend shots from the back that makes it so powerful. Why is this creep spot so important to you? Oh, the coil doesn't work either. Happy in full momentum now. His expansion is up and running. And that's an impale. And that's another surround. The Dark Ranger might squeeze out the Fiend. Luckily escapes as well. One last tier 3. One last tier 3 push is all that 120 got. No signs of a counter expansion. And the tech advantage is all he got left. Love the Crypt Lord play. Posturing up, trying to force another coil. The last coil. Happy has to weather the storm a little bit longer, but he got so much on the ground. On the block for once. Doesn't work. Oh, does work? Doesn't work. Trading ghouls for fiends, and it's a similar situation than before. The man who was praised for his fiend micro for years sleeps on the fiend micro. Happy destroys him. Completely destroys him. 120 on map 3 fell apart. Happy broke him on game 3. This was 5 fiends dead. Don't poke the bear. How are you supposed to do a timing push when the units to push are dead? 6 fiends. 6 fiends indeed. That's exactly 18 supply. There's 0 momentum on 120. Ooh. Happy doesn't have to take any risks anymore. It's 120 has to take the risks. What are you supposed to do? You can only hope for a moment where Happy doesn't have anti-air and is maybe getting a bit too confident. And then have this one fight with destroyers against ghouls. No mana on Dark Ranger either. The inventory of 120 says it all.
Players' forces are under attack.
Counter Expo. Really? I mean, Happy is on tier 3 in 30 seconds. Sees higher chances with that counter expo. Okay. Since there are like... Oh. Oh. He got it. With an impale, man. He's truly playing this Crypt Lord like he plays against human. And with that, 1-0 is too late for the creep check. And of course, Happy reads it. Like, where are you? There's two possible solutions for 1-0 now. Push with whatever you got left. Or counter expand. So at least he's kind of forcing Happy to responding to this. Cross the map and he gets the red spot for... Is it 3-3-3? I don't know, man. Big mana potion for Happy as well, of course. Beetle's annoying, harassing. I would be very, very, very surprised if there's any chance for 1-0. He can stay in no upkeep for a little bit. Happy gets the other red spot. So still a 50-50 situation. Not even that hurt. 16 food down. Happy has a TP. Happy got a claw plus 12. Double invo potion already. So it's not only this massive supply lead, also that impale is really good. Happy doesn't want to take a risk here. He got the overseer too, man, with the last shot during the town portal. At least 1-0 gets the mana potion as he is expanding once again. What prevents Happy from pushing and killing that base? 1-0 needs 3 minutes? 4? There's a... Is there hope that the Crypt Lord will fall off? We got double mana potion now as well. 3 mana potions in total. 1-0's one advantage is Lich levels. Very evenly distributed. The downside of 1-0 is a player who's constantly relying on Fiends will be facing level 3 Impale. Kind of respectable that 1-0 is still in the game after 6 Fiend kills. 6 Fiend kills! It's unacceptable. Happy is going for the maximum power spike. We still got... Oh, he's bringing 6 ghouls. That's 12 food. This is... with 2 heal scrolls, though. You should be able to give good value to the ghouls. Chances of Happy not winning are like 2%. But let's see. Fiends eat the damage. Entry kill for 1-0. How do you deal with the ghouls? It's Nova. It's Impale. It's so much damage on the Fiends. I guess in an ideal world, you want to go Banshees here. Destroyer saved as well. Brings the damage. Brings the Dispel. Happy. The supply gap was closing for a second, but his Fiend's damage is so high with 2 attack upgrades already. 1-0 is alive, but for how much longer? He's way too crazy, way too much. The 2 heal scrolls, he only used one of them. Also one of the 2 mana potions. There's way much potential for Happy to win this somehow. The ghouls are split to the side. They wreck the acolytes, so no double income anymore. I guess given the circumstances, 1-0 did as much as he could here, but we're getting closer and closer to the reverse sweep in this series. The Dark Ranger was almost dead. The Lich is almost dead. One of them could be saved. Not this Lich, though. With that, the damage is gone, and Happy wins 3 in a row. It felt like he turned this around just at will. Adjust his strategy away from Lich first, leaning into especially Crypt Lord first.